In this video, I wanted to talk about the turret unit. I have two replays here where my opponent used turrets, specifically the heavy turret on the Starforge side. And turrets are static defense that you can place anywhere near one of your bases, but once you place them, they're just stuck there, they can't move. So they're very efficient in their raw stats for their cost, but their immobility can definitely be exploited. So if you're fighting an opponent that has turrets, you can typically just choose to not engage them if you don't have to. If they put a lot of resources into turrets, that's resources they can't spend on their army, so they can't be out on the map with an army that can go toe to toe with yours, basically. And that gives you a lot of freedom to expand a lot. So yeah, if you see your opponent throwing turrets down, the really common and simple response is generally just to expand a lot, and that's a pretty typical response in other RTS games as well, to someone putting a lot of static defense down. So in this first game, that's basically what happens. My opponent ends up putting turrets at each of their bases, I think all three of them here, and I just take expansion after expansion after expansion, maxing out at my 5 expansions by the end of the game. My opponent actually does do a pretty good job of sending small groups of units out to harass my workers at each of my bases, and I actually do a pretty poor job of managing it. I have most of my army in one blob, and I just don't split my army up very efficiently. And I kind of learn my lesson as I go, and I eventually figure it out by the end to kind of leave some units here or there and make sure I'm deflecting attacks. And yeah, despite how poorly of a job I do, it's still good enough. I get all my bases up, I get them defended, and then I just end up having more resources than my opponent has. Just because putting all those turrets down really does just limit what my opponent can do on the map, right? So that's kind of what's going to happen here, game 1. And then game 2 is with the same opponent, and in that game, they put a bunch of turrets down at the 3rd base, and I just skip it. I just take the opportunity to skip over it, and I just send my entire army at their natural. And at that point, all those resources are in the wrong spot, basically. So yeah, I didn't see them used very often during the beta. I've had very few games where I saw them used. It is just hard to run the unit because it takes up an entire slot in your deck. So it's really hard to justify that. You're really kind of giving up a lot in terms of the other types of units you could possibly have in your deck. You know, of course it's beta, so you know they could be buffed, or there could be maybe just like particular strategies or particular combinations of units that that it might just work well in, but I haven't really seen that too much yet. But yeah, it is an interesting unit to be in the game. So yeah, I just wanted to share a couple of replays, and then just like the super basic tip of just if you face them, you don't have to barrel into them if you don't want. Just take that advantage somewhere else by expanding. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'll leave the commentary there, but enjoy the replays. Thanks. Bye.
King Crab select. Get over here! Second pressure. A crown of destruction.
Resource base warmed up and working.
Fresh crabs! You clicked me? Deploy. What's crab?
Enemy is building a resource base.
Orders?
Workers getting flanked.
All my legs are intact.
Exposed rear. Workers down. Units in combat. Starforge is workers. Workers. Workers.
Industrial cutter standing by.
Units reporting damage. Starting advanced Starforge.
With me? To this house.
You got a resource base taking fire. Cover it. Units under attack. An enemy is building a resource base.
Enemy close.
You got a resource base taking fire. Cover it.
Boomer dude. Up and away.
Units engaged.
Mortars attacking. All joints. Danger close.
We have teleported.
Fresh formation.
Call the
Workers under attack.
Cannon back. King
Workers getting flanked.
Command. Claw at full power.
orders moving. Clearing area.
In the dirt.
Issue command.
Units in combat. Advanced Starforge is complete.
Cut the chatter. Forward.
Checking pressure.
Units reporting damage.
Royal.
Units under attack. Exposed rear. Workers down.
Locker up.
Workers! Workers! Workers!
King Crab.
Workers under attack.
King Crab time! Right in. Crown of destruction.
Units engaged. Workers getting flanked. Units in combat. Exposed rear. Units reporting damage. Workers. Units under attack. Workers under. Units engaged. Workers getting flanked. Units in exposed rear. Workers down. Workers. Workers. Resource base warmed up and working. Workers under attack.
The master is the crown of
Engine running.
Saws fueled up.
Advanced foundry ready.
King Crab selected. Fresh blades.
Okay.
Face to face.
Orders received.
King Crab time!
Units reporting damage.
I'm here. On it.
Units under attack.
Headed forward. Over there. Orders? What do you need? Destroy.
Saws fueled up.
Identified. Targeting. Going there.
What?
Resources are depleted.
Orders received.
Victory! Resource base warmed up and working.
.707. Snapper. Iron ready. All my legs are intact, looking for a flank. Industrial go. Get him surrounded. Scurrying. Arms ready.
Enemy is building a resource base.
Jimmy. We move together. Call the attack. Marching orders. Command. Get us in close. In the dirt. Snip, snip. Cut the chatter. Charge.
Enemy tech is turning on. Be ready.
Iron ready. Melee engagement. Matching orders. Ugh. Arms ready. Optimal range.
Foundry ready.
Give me a select the enemy.
Units engaged.
Return
Units in combat.
crown of destruction. King Crab's attack.
For the Suns.
King Crab attack.
Command, how far away?
Get over here. Fresh crabs. Coming on down.
Resource base warmed up and working.
Turret. Claw at full power.
Saws fueled up. Moving into melee. King Crab select. King Crab's moving all legs.
Units reporting damage. Units under attack.
Fresh
Units engaged.
Ready and wait.
Units in combat.
March of the King.
Units reporting damage. Units under attack. Units engaged. Units, you got a resource base taking fire. Units reporting damage. Workers getting flanked. Units exposed rear. Workers down.
Covering him.
Units engaged.
Cut the channel.
We are here. Hit and run.
Units in combat.
Rippo.
What's the frag? Rat-a-tat.
King Crab.
We can cover it. Clear the kill zone.
Fresh blades.
Hornet selected. Away we go. They can
Starting Starforge.
A crown of destruction. Hut, hut.
Enemy is building a resource base.
Coming down on enemy. Saws fueled up. Right in. Fresh crabs.
Engine running.
Coming on down. Master is gonna munch him. Get him.
Units reporting damage. Units under attack.
Ripped up.
Units engaged.
Fresh blade. King Crab time.
Star. Every win is earned. Bravo.